was from a national final last year. And hey guys, how you doing? Guys, we're live. Maybe people in the live chat can help me. Tell me what this Eurovision song is, or national selection song. And of love.
It's Ocean of Love from Dora last year.
Oh, that's it. It's been going around in my head all evening. I don't know why. And I'm like, what the hell is this song? Hey, how are you all? Hey, Dom. Hey, Harry. Hey, Clara.
Hi.
What's going on?
Hello.
How you all doing?
Good. Excellent.
Yeah, I can't believe the pre-parties are starting this weekend in Barcelona.
Yes.
That's great. And Clara, you've got a ticket.
I have, and so does my sister.
Well, let's just say I was going to go to the live and say hello to Denny. Hey, Denny. American. I haven't even got time to think about American Song Contest right now, but I know the first heat is happening tomorrow. Guys, have you heard any of the songs?
I've just heard a recap, and
Yeah,
I must
same.
say I love the diversity. I wasn't expecting that, but it has a lot of different genres, and I think there's one hyping up, like Oklahoma. I think is a favorite to advance to the final. It's like a K-pop song. I liked the recap, but that was only like 10 seconds or so. But it made me curious. So I might watch the show.
So
I think we.
actually, is it?
Clara, you've got the worst. I'd say you've got the worst sound tonight. I can't hear you. You keep cutting out. You might need headphones. I was going to say, like, it's kind of the worst time for Eurovision fans, American Song Contest. I really, really, really want to get involved in it. And you know, there's more songs than we were getting at Eurovision. It's going to take time to go through, but I might have to watch a recap of the show. And I don't think it's going to be free. But you might need to use a VPN to watch it, maybe. But in some European countries, it is actually being shown on network TV.
In Germany, they're showing it on Servus
Where?
TV, which is like, okay, never heard of that before, but it's actually broadcasting in Germany.
Yeah, I mean they're throwing a lot into this.
Yeah.
I can see this becoming big. It'd be great to see what the reaction is in the States when it happens, whether people really latch onto it, and whether it gets people talking, and everyone's talking about who's going to go through, etc. So yeah, I'm sure we will be talking about that a bit more in the future. Let's say hello to Gareth Bowen. Feelings on Malta holding a song festival and then choosing another song altogether.
It's a bit of a. I don't think it's fair for the people that voted and spent money, and they felt that that was the song that represented them, or they wanted them to go. So I don't see the point of asking people, getting people invested emotionally and economically, and then change it. It's like your opinion is not important anymore, to put it mildly.
Yeah, and Harry, some people have said it was a shame for the artists that took part with their songs in the national selection, that they were beaten by a song that ultimately isn't going to Eurovision.
Yeah, I would say, I think partly because overall in the Eurovision fandom, maybe Emma Muscat's song wasn't necessarily the favourite. It was up there, but I definitely think the runner-up Ritmu was more popular among the community. What I find fascinating is there's a report, obviously, that they started looking for a song immediately after the contest, which I find so bizarre considering the results, because she won the jury vote by having 12 points from every jury member, and then won the televote quite comfortably as well. So it was clearly a good choice according to Malta and their juries. I don't know whether pre-national final reaction might have done it, or Emma just got bored of the song and thought that she could write better. It's a bizarre sort of trend Malta have, because they did this in 2016, and that kind of paid off with Walking on Water. I'm less confident with the change this time. I think overall my opinion on Malta's song hasn't changed much. If anything, it's got slightly worse, because I think maybe just as a Brit I noticed them more, but there's so many cliches in this song, and it feels quite generic in that front.
Wouldn't it would have been more respectful regarding the audience to go with the runner-up? Maybe like the spirit of the program would have been respected more. I don't know.
Potentially, but at the same time, I think it was. I think they still wanted Emma Muscat to go. It wasn't that she wanted to withdraw or anything like that. Maybe they just thought they could find a better song.
Yeah, but I mean, they had 18 songs or 20 songs, I don't know, in the national selection. And it's like, well, you have so many different choices, and then you pick the 21st song, which didn't even perform on stage. So it's a bit ridiculous. And I'm pretty sure she had this song already in her playlist or something, like ready. Why didn't she compete with this song? So I don't get it. And when it's just about the artist, and maybe do it like Israel did, like, or I think Malta did it like 2 years ago with X Factor. So Destiny won as an artist for X Factor, and then they chose the song internally. And I think that's how they should have done it, because now they were pretending like this is the song we're going to compete, and then like, oh wait a minute, no we don't. And I know that this is in the rules. I mean, she doesn't do anything wrong. They have the opportunity to change the song for a reason I still don't know or don't want to understand. But here we are. However, I must say I prefer that song over Out of Sight. So it's not like I'm totally opposed to it. But Out of Sight wasn't bad. So I think it's a slight improvement, but it's not as massive as in 2016, because I wasn't a fan of Chameleon at all. But Walk on Water was amazing. So yeah, here we are.
Yeah, I mean they have done it before and it worked for them last time. And I think really I get I'll be honest, I haven't heard the new song yet. I'm really behind this week, guys. In the live, I have to let you know I can't answer any questions on anything that's happened over the past week because I've had some other personal things I've had to deal with. So I look forward to hearing the song. But I think the thing to remember is that this is kind of the Eurovision community reaction to it. And most of the audience watching Eurovision will have no idea or even care that this happened. So it won't harm their chances in any way. Is there a consensus that the new song is probably giving them a better shot than the song that she won with Out of Sight?
I think so. I think that's the general consensus.
I think it's only slight, though. I think it's very similar.
Yeah, well, you can't blame her for giving it a shot. I mean, she's a quite a well-known performer in Italy as well. So I think there's probably a will for her to go to Italy for Malta. I look forward to hearing the song. We have to say hello to the beautiful Joanne Johnson. Hey, Joanne, how you doing? We've got Rye Bailey in the house. We've got Harut. Hey, Harut. My reaction to Armenia will be coming, but I've not heard the song yet. So I'm just catching up this evening with lots that's going on. So look out for it. Probably tomorrow I will be able to give it a watch and react. But have you guys heard the Armenian song?
Yes.
And your thoughts? I'm going to close my ears.
Okay. I love it. It's one of my favorites. And I think I'm like in the minority because I think the overall reception wasn't that great, which is surprising because I think it's well done. It's stripped back. It's wonderful. I love her voice. It's like the Lumineers, and I really am into these kind of songs. And yeah, I wish her the best. I'm pretty sure Armenia has a spot in the final. Harry, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think overall the reaction's not been terrible. I'd say a lot of people are ranking it maybe between like 11 and 25, which is, not amazing, but not terrible either. You are right in the sense that it sounds a lot like the Lumineers song Ho Hey, which is quite a good song. Overall, and also side note, Up came out in 2009, and 13 years later, Rosalind has decided to replicate something similar in the music video. Overall, I think this is a surprising entry for Armenia, simply because when you listen to it, you don't necessarily think of the country, which is not necessarily a bad thing. To me, it has a very British sound, actually, which is probably why I quite like it. I think it's quite nice. I would say maybe because it's in semi-final one, but I think this does have a slot in the final. But what worries me is it's quite calm. It's quite pleasant. Will people find it maybe too calm, too pleasant to vote for it? And will it work on a bigger stage? They're my only sort of concerns with the song.
I really like the harmonies, especially Oh, Andy, we can
Oh,
also move
right.
on.
Out in my ears to keep my fingers in, and all I could hear.
It's fine.
Yeah, I haven't heard it, but you're selling it quite well.
Yeah, I'm a supporter.
I look forward to hearing it. So, Harut, look out for the reaction. It'll be coming probably tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to make sure you don't miss it. We've got Lee Fern in the house. Lee Fern, long time.
Hi.
Where have you been? We missed you. We've got Train Ticket Boy. Hey, we love talking Eurovision with you guys. So,
Yes.
any questions you want to ask us in the live, make sure you ask us. We want to know your favorite songs. Which songs are underrated? Which songs are overrated? Who's going to win Eurovision? There's so much to talk about. We've got Robert Davison in the house. Hey, Robert. We've got Tacom. I think Clara sorted out her sound now, so hopefully you can.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, way better.
We can hear you fine. We've got Denny is saying Oklahoma for the win, so that's in reference to American Song Contest.
I never thought that would be a comment here. Oklahoma for the win.
RTV is broadcasting American Song Contest as well.
So cool.
Are you in Spain right now?
I'm in Spain right now. Yes.
No, you can give.
That's why I couldn't. That's why I couldn't listen to Armenia or Azerbaijan because I've been traveling. But yeah.
Yusuf, Oklahoma as well. We're going to bring it back now to Eurovision because that's what we're here to. That's what we're here to talk about. And we would say hello to Neil S. Wow, that's a long shift. 10.5 hours. Thank you for joining us. Hope your day at work wasn't too bad. We've got Michael Forbes in the live. Saul Brown's hard to make predictions for American Song Contest. However, if you have heard the song, I've seen that my Eurovision scoreboard have now set up the ranking, so you can actually go and rank your songs from the heat on there. Let's have a look. Oh, and Saul is saying it might be on Now TV in the UK, but not sure. Okay, we'll have to look out. We've got Aoife D. Hey, Aoife, how you doing?
Hi.
We've got some comments about Malta, and we've got ESC Ex Popolare, really excited for Eurovision 2022. Might be one of the strongest song-wise. Well, I was speaking to one of my friends yesterday who loved Eurovision, and they asked me, they say, what do you think about the songs this year? Do you think it's weak like a lot of people are saying? And my response to that was, no, I don't think it's a weak year. I'm sure I could say I could compare it to another year like last year, which was so strong in terms of song quality and standard. It will be hard to beat a year like last year. So if I had to pick a year, maybe I'd pick last year, but that doesn't mean I think this year is weak at all. What I love about this year, and I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but I love the diversity, and I love that we've got some more risks as well. And I think that's a result of last year. You know, I'm thinking about songs like Serbia and how different that is. You know, we've got this great kind of like 80s punk sound from San Marino. We've got we've got some rock from Finland, which maybe isn't that unusual. I was trying to think of some other kind of
funk. We have funk from Latvia with like the metal, the brass, the trumpets, the saxophones, the arrangements. We have
Slovenia, Lithuania.
Yes.
Moldova.
Georgia.
We have
yes.
again.
And who?
We have Dutch again, the Dutch language, for example.
Dutch. I'm loving it so much. So I don't want to hear anyone telling me it's a weak year. So that's my thoughts on that. Denny Brewer is saying, I think it's strange that Cyprus is low in the odds, kind of similar to 2018, and Austria will end up very high. What do you think?
Well, it does make sense that Cyprus is right now quite low because it's a formula we've seen so far. As you were very well saying, there's so much diversity this year, and a lot of musical surprises that Ella is a great song. I love listening to it. I love that it's in the playlist because it really takes us back to this typical Cypriot song that we are all used to, with like Greek. And I just think there's much more interesting sounds at the moment, but maybe visually Cyprus gets the precision lifted.
Yeah, I like the ethnic sound. So it's like, okay, it's either Greece or Cyprus. Then here we are at Cyprus. I must say, though, it's not that memorable. So I tend to forget it, which is always a bad sign, I think. So overall, it's like mid-table. It's not a bad entry, but considering the previous years, they were my favorites. And like last year, El Diablo was my favorite song.
Oh, yes, mine too.
Yeah, oh my God, I love this. And now it's Now it's a bit like, it's fine, it's all right. But I'm pretty sure it will get quite a lot of points because it has this kind of ethnic sound. And this is quite popular, I think. So it has a margin because I don't think there's any kind of song like this in the running. So I'm pretty sure that this will advance again for Cyprus, which is pretty good because, like, considering Cyprus is such a tiny country and they qualified since 2016, I think, or 2015 even. Yeah. So, I mean, that's very impressive.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if it qualifies for the final, Cyprus is obviously guaranteed 24 points just because Greece exists.
Yes.
But to be fair, I applaud Cyprus because I think this is one of the most ethnic sounding songs, if not the most ethnic sounding song in this competition. I do think that helps it stand out. The reason I personally love the song, but I think the reason it's so low in the odds is just because the odds are telling you who they think will win. Will Cyprus potentially do very well, even push for top 10? Possibly. Will it win? Probably not. So I think that's why it's low. If it's like 20th in the odds, it doesn't mean it's going to come 20th.
Do you know what? That's a really good point that you've made there. Because I think people look at the odds and they see a country down near the bottom. And what you said totally makes sense. It doesn't mean it's going to do badly. It just means that it's winning chances, isn't it? The odds are about who's going to win Eurovision.
Yeah. The odds are so weird because I remember like 2018 or 19, like Telemovesh. One of my favorites. I love the song. And it was like very high in the odds about winning. I think it was in the top 10 or something. But when it comes to who's going to qualify from the semis, it wasn't in the top 10 for the qualifiers. So sometimes the odds are very like contradict themselves. So I wouldn't pay too much attention, especially now because we haven't heard like the live performance from everyone yet, or the staging and the running order of the semifinals and so on. So there are still so many things which can influence the results. So I think it's only an early trend so far.
Yeah, apart from the fact that the UK, I think, is.
I was going to say the odds are quite good.
In the odds, so, yeah. The odds will come true this
year.
You
were like, stop the count.
I've got a feeling.
Yeah. We've got to say hello to Aldin. Hey, Aldin, how you doing? Saying I would have loved to hear a song in Maltese. Well, I have since heard Ritmu since MESC. Brilliant song. Would have loved to have seen that on the Eurovision stage as well. Would have been really special to hear the Maltese language. But we have got Dutch this year, and I'm very, very happy about that. And some Greek as well. And Lithuanian and Somali.
Breton as well.
Yeah.
And Breton, yeah. And Spanish, surprise.
Hello to you. We've got Clavs. Hello.
Hi, Sveiki.
Let's just have a look through comments. We've got Lucas. Hey to you, Lucas.
Hi.
We've got lots of comments about Armenian song. Motherload, you really like it. Nice to have something different from Armenia. We've got Maria Martin. Hey, Maria. How you doing from Portugal? Wow.
Saudade. I love that song. Maro has such a hypnotizing element in her voice and in her song. I can't look away from her while she's performing.
Love it. I actually think that's going to do really well. I think people will get on board with it. I think because of the quality, her voice is like she could literally sing you to sleep. She's got this amazing voice. This is a close my eyes song, and I hope you guys know what I mean when I say close my eyes and get lost.
Like you get lifted and transported somewhere else.
Yeah,
Harry, your thoughts on Portugal?
It's okay. It's probably not for me. I'm never a massive fan of Portugal songs just because of how often they're quite chill, and I sometimes go for chill songs stripped back, but usually I'm more bigger is better. And I mean, to be fair, as much as you say it's a song that Mara's voice could put you to sleep, is that necessarily a good thing for Eurovision?
Like a calming way, not in a way. It's like it's just a really calming tone to her voice and really distinctive. I think.
I do think there's an audience for Portugal. I'm just probably not in it.
Fair enough. That's what I love about Eurovision. It's not everyone everyone has the same favourites. This is a really interesting question from Jordan C. Can we name a few countries who may achieve their best result in years? UK.
If we
Same.
don't, like.
Any others?
Yeah, go ahead.
To be fair, the UK literally can't do any worse because there's only going to be 25 countries this year, so we're guaranteed to do better.
Yeah.
Latvia, because like they've not even qualified, or like Samantha Tina lost last year at Eurovision, so Latvia can't go so low this year, I would say.
Good point. I think Armenia, they haven't qualified since 2018. I think Armenia
2017 was the
last one. Fly with me. Oh my God, it's since like 5 years. So I'm pretty sure we will see them again in the final. And besides that, it's hard to predict, really. Maybe
I'd say Poland, definitely.
Yeah, Poland.
Yes.
Yeah.
And San Marino. I'm gonna watch San Marino this year, guys. I have a good feeling about them. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but
I'm still not over the fact that Adrenalina did worse than Serhat. I mean, anyway, different story.
That song is actually responsible for probably my worst Eurovision prediction, because I said I did a podcast with my friend on Eurovision last year, and before the final, I predicted that the televote winner was going to be San Marino, and that's almost certainly my worst ever prediction in Eurovision history because they flopped so much.
13 points. Yeah.
13. Wow. We're going to have to talk about the UK just because and also Mark Bugard is saying dark horse for you is the UK. Rye Bailey, you're saying the UK is your favourite song. You can't stop playing it. Would love to know what you guys in the live chat think about the UK's song. Now, guys, I've been saying for a little while, I had a good feeling about the UK this year. And when I say good feeling, I don't mean like we're going to come and win it. We're going to necessarily be like the favourite with everyone. But it's, I think, a song that a lot of people can get behind. I'm going to go to you, Dom, first. I want your thoughts on the UK because I've not spoken to you about this song. So I'm eager to know what you think.
Oh, that pressure. Oh, my God. Okay. So I must say I like it. I don't love it. It's again like a good song, which seems to be a pattern for UK, having good songs, but not being the favorite for a lot of people. That's why they don't get a lot of points, and that's why it's in the bottom. And I mean, I'm from Germany, and we have the same problem. And I think it's gonna be similar. So I don't have the feeling that it's gonna be too well in the scoreboard. I think it's going to be better than last year, not just because we have 25 countries participating in the final, but also in general. So you will get televotes, quote me on that. And I think you're going to be on the right-hand side, but on the upper part. So like 15th place, I would suggest. But I don't think it's going to be like in the top 10, which the odds are suggesting now. Because I remember like last year with Ambers, there were also quite a lot of hype and saying like, wow, this is so good, and I really like this song, and I think it's quite popular. It has a lot of streams and stuff, but we all know how that ended. So I wouldn't be too excited, which means you can only do better than your expectations. You know what I mean?
Blame the trumpet.
A pessimist is disappointed.
Don't put a Rocket because it's like Rocket Man or something like. What's the title again?
Spaceman.
There you go. Don't do this. Don't
put him in a spacesuit.
Yeah, exactly. Because like there is a risk that the BBC is going to do that. Then it would be again too literal, and then too like off-putting. So the staging is key here, as always.
I have a good feeling about the staging as well, and that's kiss of death now that I've said that, isn't it?
Why have you jinxed us, Andy?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be the first time that I can really say that I'm going to take a UK flag with me to Eurovision, because I never take a flag. And
that is true.
You know this, don't you? That I've never taken a flag. I've never been like a real supporter. But I'm so behind this song, and it's a really magical feeling for me to be really behind a UK song. And it is in my, I would say it's in my top 3 of this year. And I can't believe I'm saying that. I hope the day was going to come. Clara, Sam Ryder.
I actually love it so much. I think it's finally a true representation of what the kind of music that you can hear in the radio, in the British radio. And finally, after knowing how big the music industry, how popular the British music industry, what kind of music and bands UK is famous for, now we have one that actually matches the UK music industry, the fame that the music industry has. So I love it. I really like the live performance he did in the BBC, and where he was walking around, and his life is really good. He has charisma. I like his style and his look. So yeah, I think the UK is going to have a really good year.
Well, I'm going to go before I come to you, Harry, because I want to hear your thoughts on it as well. We've got some thoughts. So, Tacom, you love the UK. You hope they don't mess up the staging. Will depend on how his vocals will be on the night. Well, we've seen a live performance. Mm-hmm. We know from TikTok that he's an incredible vocalist. So, you know, as long as he doesn't get a sore throat or something, then I'm pretty confident in the live vocals.
No gelato for him.
No.
No gelato.
And lemon. You just need to keep that voice healthy, Sam. I'm sure you will be. Denny Brewer, and you think it's going to end up on the top of the right-hand side, so you're with Dom on that. We've got Fujservco, l'Italiano. You're saying UK has so many followers on his social, yet 12 million TikTok followers. I don't use TikTok, so I don't really know what that means, but it
lot of votes.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe. I mean, we have seen stars like not doing that well overall, so I wouldn't count on that.
But Bonnie Tyler didn't have TikTok.
Yet. Maybe she will soon.
I wonder if she does now, yeah. We've got Jorge. You're saying UK will be in top 5. Keep wishing for it.
Great person he is, yeah.
Joao, you're saying UK is your number 1. Right, Bailey, you think UK will be in top 5. Aiden, you're saying UK song is amazing, staging needs to be good. And I saw someone saying as well that apparently Tap will be good at the staging as well. Right, Pavel, you're saying what is our top 5 from each semi-final? So I have to have a look at the list of the semi-finals quickly to remind myself who is in which one.
I can't answer.
Does anyone have a top 5 each of the semis?
Top 5 is pretty good. I can maybe say like my favorite from each semi.
Go for it.
Definitely in the second semi-final, it's Czech Republic. I love this song so much, and I really hope they're going to get through. And in the first one, it's Armenia.
Well, I can't.
Yeah, I know. And Austria. I mean, of course. I'm half Austrian, by the way. And usually Austria struggles a bit sometimes. And I hope Pia can deliver this vocal performance. It really is a hit or miss there. But if so, I think Austria can be very proud about this song. And I think the overall reception is very good. So I'm very hopeful about a good result here.
So out of semi-final 1, I'm going to pick out the ones that I think will do best. I'm going to pick out Ukraine. I'm going to pick out Netherlands. And I'm going to pick out Norway and potentially Portugal. And Moldova.
I like that. I agree with that one.
And in the second, is this meant to be our own personal favourites?
I think our top 5.
Oh, well, okay. That's probably like my top 5 anyway. And semi-final 2, Georgia. I love Georgia. I find it so addictive. San Marino, Serbia, and can I pick another one? Poland and Sweden. There you go. There's 5 from semi-final 2 for me.
Mm-hmm. I don't have the list because and I can't look it up because I'm on my phone, but Finland for me. In whichever semi Finland is at the moment. 2. Okay.
Loving Finland. I'm sorry. I'm just getting so excited. I'm seeing so many comments about the UK. But Harry, talk about the UK.
Yes. Well, yeah, I think it's a fantastic entry. I am invested in this one as well, partly because obviously I'm UK, but also I'm pretty sure Sam Ryder grew up about 15 minutes away from where I live, which is quite exciting for me. But yeah, one thing that's key to point out, and I loved Embers as well. I also love Spaceman now. The key difference here is vocal quality and staging. I think a lot of people understood studio version of Embers was good, but there was always a worry of James Newman isn't necessarily a seasoned performer. It's a dance song he's getting, and we don't know necessarily vocally how good he would be live. He wasn't bad live, but the staging didn't help. Yeah, he was fine, but it wasn't. His vocal wasn't enough to get you votes, and the whole performance was a bit flat. However, what we've seen with Sam Ryder is we know he can sing. So regardless of how poor the staging might or might not be, the vocals will be absolutely fine. That's sort of a guarantee. And not only will his vocals be fine, they'll probably be one of the best of the night. So even if people don't like the song, that could be enough to at least get jury votes. Because I can't see many qualified juries hearing those high notes, hearing his vocal tone and going, yeah, that ain't worth points. It's worth at least points on that front. Where this will come, as much as I'd like to be biased, I do think, yeah, 4th is a bit high for this entry. I would say can it challenge for the top 10 with good staging? Can it challenge for the left side? Absolutely. And to be fair, Dom, you say the UK will finish like 15th or something. You do not understand British Eurovision fans' mentality. We would happily take 15th after 3 years of being in last place.
Man. I think like 15th was Lucy Jones, and that was like your best result for
15th is our second best. Oh, sorry. 15th is our second best result in the last 10 years. So we will happily take 15.
I mean, at least Germany had Michael Schulte, and we can always say, well, we got 4th, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's about it, but no one cares. So.
Well, I hope if he does get 15th, my worry about kind of UK fandom is that if it doesn't come top 10 or it doesn't come like top 3, then they're all of a sudden going to be like loads of negativity about it. Everyone hates us and all this. And I don't want to see that. I want to see people applaud the effort and the quality, regardless of the position that it comes. Clara, I have a specific question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Think of Romania's song.
Oh, okay. I personally like it as a joke entry. Hola mi bebe. That I am literally saying good morning to my sister like that every day, and she hates it. It's so cheesy. It's just so cheesy, and it's like they've gone back to the early 2000s and got Ramon, remember Ramon? And they try to replicate more or less his style. The song came out in the Spanish TV saying that it had like Andalusian vibes, and we were like, okay, sure. And I like it, but knowing that it's not like the most original thing. It's more like a throwback for me personally.
Yeah, and no one asked my opinion on this, but I'm going to say
no, but I want to know it.
It reminds me of something from the 90s, and it's, you know me, I've been a fan of like this 80s sound that we've had, and I love hearing like the songs with the 80s vibe, like San Marino. Maybe it's not ready yet for a song in the 90s vibe. Maybe that will come in the next few years, and then we'll be jumping on it. It just sounds a bit dated. If it was, it was 20 years ago, I would have loved this. And I like it as a song. It's just not. I'll be dancing to it.
Yes.
He'll be working it on stage, I'm sure. But yeah, I don't know. Not one that I've been listening to a lot, but one that has been growing on me from Vladimir, who I think is in North Macedonia. Yeah, you are. I can see it in your profile picture. So hello to you in North Macedonia. Estonia is your number one. It's one that I've been to quite a bit over the past few days, actually.
Yeah.
Steph stands.
I like it because Steph, I've been following Estila closely for some years now, and it's really nice to see someone that's been trying so hard for years finally getting the ticket to represent Estonia. And I think his take, the take he's going on his song is very original. I don't think we've had this Western cowboy vibe for a very long time or at all in Eurovision. So It's a little bit like Avicii, but I don't know. I like it. It's enjoyable. I'm looking forward to seeing Estonian cowboys on stage. That's a new breed of something for sure.
Topless cowboys, maybe.
Ooh. Oleme
So
bebe.
Ritmu didn't win.
This is what I love about you guys. Look, funny in this chat, we have 4 people from 3 countries that got 0 people.
Yes!
we need to get Sarin from Netherlands.
That's why we are exactly the right experts to talk about points. Yeah. Exactly.
Let's go to Asa. You're saying, are you the only one who likes Switzerland?
I don't dislike it. I just think it won't stand out. It's isolated. The song is really good on itself, but I think throwing it into the mix of the running order, it can get a little bit lost, considering how many male ballads we have this year.
Yeah, I do think. Well, Switzerland will benefit from being in semi-final 1 because there aren't A, many ballads, and B, not many male ballads. And that, especially in the first half, it's very outlandish, very quirky. So that's either going to play right into its favor or completely against it. I like Switzerland's song, but it's definitely a step back. Hello. It's definitely a step back from their last 3-4 years, which in the last 4 years, Switzerland have been in my top 3 every single year. One thing I quite like about the song is I can't remember who sings it, but his voice actually gives me vibes of the singer that sung "What a Wonderful World." You know, that classic song.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong, that's it. Yeah, it gives me similar vibes to him. So if he can pull that off live with some nice touching staging, it could work. But I do think this is definitely a step down for Switzerland. Could it qualify? I actually think it's got a decent chance in semi-final 1. But the highest I could see this maybe going is 18th and that's with good staging.
Yeah, I love the message of the song. It's very important, and I think it's a jury-pleasing song. So I expect a lot of jury points, and I have the feeling that the total will be much lower. And I don't think it's going to be in the top 10 for the semi-final. So if it's going to qualify, then only based on the jury points. And I think maybe it's also because Jon's Tears was 3rd, so the expectations are very high, and I think he never really had a chance to reach these expectations because they were so high. So I think the song is better than the overall reception is. But overall, I must admit it's not on this level like Luca Hänni or Jon's Tears was, and yeah, maybe that's why you're a bit yeah.
I think it really it's going to rely on how he communicates it on stage, and how much kind of charisma and personality, and how much he connects. I think, and I've not seen him perform live, so I don't know what he's like as a performer. So it'd be interesting to see, but it's not one that I've been listening to a lot, but that doesn't mean it's not because it's actually quite a beautiful song. So there you go. Yoddy Toddy. Will all the Nordic countries qualify? And if they do, which will do best? So we've got Norway, we've got Sweden, we've got Denmark, we've got Finland, and Iceland.
Okay.
And maybe Estonia as well. Is Estonia Nordic?
Estonia considers itself Nordic. So careful. Latvia too, by the way. If you say it, Latvia is Eastern.
Actually, Estonia were thinking about changing their flags into this Nordic style. There was actually a vote for this. So they were so close to be considered as one. Yeah.
Let's consider Estonia as Nordic. Latvia, however you prefer.
So, well, let's talk about Iceland quickly, actually, because that was last weekend. What are your thoughts on Iceland's song, guys?
I like it that it's a female lead. I like it very much. I don't think.
Well, I never knew that.
Yes. Yeah.
Sister.
It's very pleasant. They harmonized really well. It's very charming, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit like Portugal. It's like close your eyes and enjoy the song. I love the Icelandic language, so that's a big plus for me. To be fully fair, I wasn't expecting them to win, and I said that with Jazz in the Soccer Captain video last week, because I had the feeling that the Reykjavik Sortiers had a lot of hype, and they were like grabbing their attention, but apparently that wasn't the case. And I think if the running order is playing in their favor, so if like, for example, Latvia or something, I think they're in the first, right? The first semi.
Yeah.
If Latvia is close to them, or like, I don't know, you know what I mean? So these kind of songs in between, and then it's like Iceland calming you down a bit, and there's definitely an audience for it. So I think the running order is very important for this song.
Does anyone else get Fleetwood Mac vibes from this song?
Again, please?
Does anyone else get Fleetwood Mac vibes when they listen to this song?
Slightly, yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just always makes me think of Fleetwood Mac. Anyway, sorry, Harry, I think you were going to...
No, I was just going to say, it's almost like if Iceland met... does anyone know the girl group Haim? The three sisters from, I believe, America. Yeah.
Yes, of
it's
course.
Almost like them. Again, it's more a chill style. It's definitely a mood. It's probably not necessarily my thing again. I do think, if anything, you mentioned the semi-final running order, they might struggle with that, because as much as there's a lot of like quirky out of the box songs, a lot of them are in the first half. Iceland's in the second half, and joining them are like either guitar or chill style songs like Denmark, Croatia, Portugal's in that half. So it might be hard for them to stand out, which does concern me. What I do appreciate about Iceland, though, is they're not afraid to take a risk. This is not necessarily your typical Eurovision song with three guitars. And I applaud them after Daddy Freya, after Hatari. They're continuing to go like this, which has got to be commended regardless of how they do. Yeah.
They're not doing the quirky round, which you would maybe expect from Iceland after the big hype about Daddy. And I mean, they came fourth, and they were a contender to win. So I don't see this as a contender to win, and I think no one does, or at least not a lot of people. But Iceland is like, well, this is the song we enjoyed the most, and this is the song we want to represent us. And I really appreciate them for that, because that's something which a lot of other countries should do as well, I think.
But when we're talking about Nordic countries that have the potential to win, I mean, I'm thinking Sweden and Norway this year. Yeah,
both. I think. Well, I can't tell. I can't tell which one has more potential. Sweden vocally and musically for sure, but Norway, we can't forget about the TikTok generation. I'm gonna call them this way because they give a show, like the show is there. Norway wins the show, Sweden wins the musical element, I think.
Be interesting to see. And
I suppose the question would be, I was just going to say, I suppose the question would be, Italy, a country known for its beautiful music, culture, Sanremo, can you really see two wolves winning in all countries in Italy? It would be quite ironic.
Two wolves. I misunderstood. I don't.
Yeah, what? Because it's two wolves.
Yeah.
It's two
yeah. And Romulo and Remo is yes. And they also have this historical tradition of like the wolf in the Romans. They like met the legend. There's a legend about the wolf that maybe I'm thinking way too much and with my history mind that saved Romulo and Remo, and then the Roman civilization was built upon that, basically, more or less.
Okay. Well, I have to say, I can see like 170 people that are watching this right now. So, guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, why not? You're missing out. We would love you to subscribe. We've got so much coming up between now and Turin and in Turin as well. So please subscribe and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss our videos, and it will tell you when we go live, etc. So please do subscribe if you're new here. We've got Dennis wants to talk about Albania. I feel sorry for Albania every year because they select so early, and it almost feels like there's so much that happens after the selection we never talk about, and then the revamp comes along, it gets lost in loads of other national selections. But let's talk about Albania. First of all, I'm going to ask, revamp, yes or no?
No.
No.
Some parts yes, some parts no.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
because
but-
of the language?
Pardon?
Is it because of the language?
Yes, a bit for me. It's a bit too much English, and
Yeah.
yeah, sometimes it's like, yeah, if it's like in a language you don't understand, it's like, ooh, it could be anything. It's so mysterious, and then it's in English, like that's what you're singing. Wow. But I mean, I have a feeling that this is what's happening right now. Yeah, I don't know.
Mhm. For
Still
me,
love
it's
the
like,
Don't get me wrong. I love the song. It's one of my favorites from Albania. My favorite was like 2015, I'm Alive. That's the best. But that's like my second favorite from Albania. So I still appreciate it, but not as much as I did before. So that's why I'm like, nah. But still, she's such a good performer and she's believing in herself, because I remember that pretty much everyone was like, keep it in Albanian, or at least like just keep that one English line and that's it. And she was like, no, I want it in English. It's my song. I want this. And I mean, if she's truly believing that the song is better in English, and I think go for it. We will see the result in May. I like her attitude and I like her confidence in it.
Definitely. Clara.
Mhm. I just thought that what I loved about the first version of the song, it was like there was a lot of different sounds and different rhythms that were mixed really well, blended very well together. But now it's just so much going on. It's too many beats and so on, and maybe the Spanish lines are not the best as a Spanish speaker. But I mean, overall, the presentation, I like it. But I would have preferred if the revamp if they would have taken the original song.
I think this is gonna fly on stage. I think we're going to get a fantastic stage performance. As long as you deliver
Yes.
the vocals, because it's it's a song that's all over the place in terms of the vocals as well. So as long as you deliver the vocals throughout the song, I have a really good feeling about the staging of this, and I think that will please the crowd and the audience. And also, it's not like anything else we have this year, so it will stand out. And what you said, Dom, because I love her attitude. I think she tweeted a little while ago about the song. She's saying it's going to be in English, but it's my song, and I like that. If that's what she wants to do, it's her song. She can do what she wants. I struggle to choose a favorite out of the revamp or the original, because there's elements of both that I really like. I think Albania will qualify. Will it be their best position ever? I don't think so. Could it potentially do better than they've done in the past couple of years? I think they've been around like 18th, 19th position. I think yes, it could end up on the left-hand side of the scoreboard.
I think they might do better than last year because this song is very stageable, and in the video clip we see we can get a clear idea of what it can be done on stage, and I think visually the video clip is fantastic.
Yeah, and she's given me hair inspiration as well.
Yes.
I'm wondering what to do with my hair. And yeah, Clara, maybe you can do like
I can let you some of my hair.
I'm going to come to this comment from Sergio. Do we think it's smart that Cyprus has sent a song that's not a banger?
Yeah.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
Well, I had like a discussion about what's a bob. What's a bob? Because people were like, "Oh, it's another bob from a female artist. It's so typical for Cyprus." I'm like, "This is not a bob. What is a bob for you? It's very ethnic. Just because it's and it's not a ballad per se. I wouldn't consider it as a ballad. Doesn't mean that it's like Elena Ferreira 5.0. Are you kidding me? Cyprus not allowed to send another woman? I mean, come on." So I think it's very different from last year. For me personally, it's a downgrade, but I think people will appreciate it. And I think it's showing fans like, no, Cyprus is not doing the same all over again, which I wasn't a fan of that in the first place, because I think like Fuego and then Replay, they differentiated each other enough. So it wasn't like it's a copy paste. It was going into the same style. Okay, I agree on that, but it's not even doing that right now. So I think Cyprus is fine.
Yeah, I like it that they haven't done a kind of replay, like a Tamta Eleni style song. What was their song? I can't remember what their song was last year.
Diablo.
Oh,
Diablo.
This one,
oh man.
this one feels more delicate. There was like a power in all of those songs that you mentioned. This gives room to be a little bit more delicate, and I like that.
It sounds like it's from Cyprus, and that's what I like
Mhm.
about
Yeah.
Mm.
But anyway, guys, we are going to wrap it up shortly. I just saw a comment about Greece potentially coming top 10. People want to know our thoughts.
I like it. I think the lyrics are a little bit toxic. Let's just put it out. But I like it because it's a complete turn to what we're used to from Greece, and it's a song that doesn't sound Greek or doesn't have like Greek instruments in like the ethnic vibe. But I like it because I, as a Spanish person, not all of the songs of our radio or barely any have this ethnic Spanish vibe. So I could see that this is the kind of music you could find on the radio everywhere in Europe.
There you go. And I'm also going to say hello to Morton V as well, because I've seen you pop
Hi.
up. I can't find your comment, but we're saying hello. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Right, guys, before we go, I want to know over the past few days, which song from this year have you been listening to the most? Harry.
Ooh, Sweden.
Dom.
It's still Czech Republic.
Clara.
Sweden.
Would it surprise you if I said the UK? Because that's true.
Yeah.
I was listening to it a lot the day it was released.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you're new here, please do subscribe. And we'll catch you soon. Dom, Harry, Clara, thank you so much. See you all soon, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.